Are you ready to mock?
Welcome to Mock of Love,
A weekly podcast providing commentary on VH1's golden age of celebrity reality dating shows. I'm Andy.
and I'm Ashley. Andy, will we be doing any research on these shows?
Almost none.
Will it be kid-friendly?
Fuck no.
Will it be bitchy and hilarious?
Absolutely.
Step into our playhouse and mock our world.
This is Mock of Love. Well, Ashley, it's the end of season 1 of Rock of Love, and I guess you can say it's our season finale in a way too.
I know.
How do you feel?
You know, I feel good. The way that this show ends is kind of perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you want to go into that, or do you want to save it for that kind of exposition for later in the episode?
We can save it for later.
Yeah. Do you mean like the ending of the show as in the reunion, or the ending?
Yes.
Yes. And the outcome of the characters?
Yes, like how
Yes.
things turn out at the reunion.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is. So, hi, everybody. I'm Andy.
I'm Ashley.
And this is Mock of Love. We are on episode 12 of, and that is episode 12 of the show Rock of Love, season 1, the reunion episode, which is what Ashley and I are gathered here today to discuss.
Are we in church?
Yeah. I'm skipping ahead to the eulogy format. Everything's a eulogy this episode. It's going to be a great, fun, uplifting episode. I'm going to just be upfront with you guys. I'm freeballing it. I got no fucking notes this episode.
Oh, I thought at first you were going to say you had no underwear on,
No,
and I was like...
That's gross, Ashley.
I was like, what? Why are you telling them that?
Listen, I only reference my testicles when I don't actually mean my testicles. Because otherwise, that's gross.
Yeah.
It's so gross. I can't believe you think that of me.
Yeah, your note's free, though.
Yeah, but Ashley is notes full.
Well, I don't know why. Like, once again, I let myself go down a Rock of Love internet rabbit hole.
You need to know
and
what's going on.
Yeah, well, because I was preparing for the reunion episode, I kind of wanted to do like a few things. I wanted to do like what happened with Bret and Jess. Because we kind of know,
based on the sequel.
Yeah,
the impending sequel to Rock of Love 1.
But no, I mean, we know like they kind of save they saved Jess's appearance for the end of the reunion, right? But like, so by the time you watch this reunion episode and you're figuring out, okay, it kind of didn't work out between them, right?
Yeah.
But I was trying to figure out, okay, what actually happened? Because we'll kind of see at the reunion there aren't a ton of answers as to why
it didn't pan
just
out.
Kind of fell apart. So that was one thing I wanted to research. And then another was just, where is Jess now? And another is, where is Bret now? And kind of what has he been doing since the show? And so in doing those searches, all these random things came up that were just like little juicy tidbits.
You really like got in a I do this with Wikipedia, where if you're looking at a Wikipedia article and you see a link to something else interesting, you don't finish the article. You just open another tab in your browser,
right?
To come back to that one.
100. It was like links within links.
Yeah.
Reddit threads within Reddit threads.
You are a Redditor now.
I know.
Oh dear.
All the good stuff's there.
I mean, there's a lot of information on Reddit, and unfortunately, like Google is relying way too heavily on it now. Chiquita, don't hit my mic stand.
Oh, Chichi.
My little dog just ran in here so excited because we're podcasting. But yeah, you're a Redditor. You're such a dork. I love you.
I love you.
Anyway, I have a song.
Yay.
Oh, that guitar is out of tune.
Oh no.
It's the E string. Things I should do before the show. So, okay, close enough for jazz, right? I'll jump into it. Sorry to put you guys through that. Things that could have been done in show prep. Help! These little men are grayish green. I'm a simple fisherman in the big blue sea. Hey, is it me or was that just a UAP? I'm willing to give Congress my official testimony. Please let me be your alien of love.
This is my favorite one yet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're welcome, babe.
I love this one. Is it dedicated to me?
Obviously.
Obviously.
I mean, I didn't even think I needed to say that. Like, my partner in alien crime. You guys don't know this, but Ashley and I would rather be talking about aliens. Especially, we've been having a lot of escapism, not just with Rock of Love, but with alien shit, man.
Yeah, it's almost like you forget that we have a lunatic as president when you start just
in all branches of government now
thinking about aliens. And there were those congressional. If people don't know, like why, like where this is even kind of coming up right now, is that there were another round of congressional hearings about UAPs, and of course, I watched.
Of course,
in its entirety. It's so freaking fascinating, and if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's no longer like a kooky thing to acknowledge that UAPs and, non-human biologics, whatever that is.
We know all the terminology, guys. Sit down, buckle up. So that is the inspiration for today's song.
Yeah. The one and only conspiracy theory that I have always believed in since I was a little girl.
And it's not a conspiracy, goddammit. They're real as fuck. Yeah. But now... on to business.
Okay.
We are at the reunion.
On to what the people are actually here for.
Yeah,
now that they know I'm a crazy person.
I hope that they all understand that we are reasonable, rational individuals who know the truth.
Yes.
And that it is out there.
Yes.
Hey, who's this guy? We got a new face on the reunion right away.
Yeah, we talked about him last week.
Ricky Rachtman.
Yeah,
one of my favorite MTV VJs.
Yeah.
What's your 2 cents on Ricky Rachtman? How do you feel about him?
I think he's kind of like, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. He is like almost like a symbol of this period of time.
Yeah.
Like he's everything about him reminds me of this time period.
100%. Everything about this man's estilo, I was trying to estilo from him.
That's cute.
Oh, thanks. He has the chain wallet happening. I'm gonna long jacket this motherfucker.
What is that shirt with like it's the Western looking shirt?
It's a Western style shirt with like the snaps and
the arrows and stuff.
He's either wearing a Western style shirt or he's wearing a bowling shirt.
Yeah.
And that was also of the time.
That was, yeah.
He's got a flavor
it's a
saver.
Combo.
He's got spiky dyed black hair and
he
a
has
flavor saver.
A belt buckle with the skull and crossbones on it.
Dude, a big fat one. The dude is so Andy Killian.
Oh, he
from like
I can totally see you wearing
high
this
school,
outfit.
early college.
Yeah.
I never spiked my hair. I never had a flavor saver, but I just now here's
you just doxed your last name, by the way.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah, it's
I mean, not like you were trying to hide it or anything, but
I don't care. You know me, babe. I am who I am everywhere I go.
Yep.
And so it's
it's
really not going to shake me at all.
Yep. That's what I love about you. One of the things.
I also my take on Ricky what's your take on Ricky Rachtman in the context of the Rock of Love or VH1 universe? How do you feel about him? Because he shows up. This is the first time we've seen him as hosting the reunion.
Yeah.
But like we also see him in Charm School.
Right.
Rock of Love Charm School.
He shows up constantly throughout the shows. Yeah, I mean, I like the dude. I don't know. He's like, there's a little bit of cheese to him, but that's just like comes with the territory.
I feel like his attitude is also very of the era. Like something that when you only have Bret, you think, wow, Bret doesn't like women. Like he's kind of a misogynist, chauvinist pig, right? And then like sometimes I'll see things that Ricky Rachtman says and go like, you know what? There was just a little bit more of that in everybody's behavior and attitude and language.
Like snark or something?
A little bit, but also a little derogatory and a little like very comfortable objectifying women in like a...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It didn't really seem to bother him at all.
And when he shows up in Charm School...
Yeah, it was like more... normal is a bad word, but like more accepted
it was.
then.
And so like... we're allowed to grow as humans. I'm not judging Ricky Rachtman for who he is today. It's just... kind of I'm more aware of it now that it's not just Bret, being so clearly chauvinist.
It's getting like co-signed.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. You know, it's like, no, this is just how we talk to women.
Yeah.
So I don't hate you, Ricky Rackman. I also feel like when he gets to charm school, he's a little too eager to put women in their place sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it was sort of,
he reprimanded a lot and stuff.
And maybe that wasn't so much about women, but it felt like he's like, yeah, these reality TV show stars, I hate them. And that's the snark of the 90s is still part of who I am.
Right.
And I want to really put these people in their place.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what this era was big on. I rewound a little bit because I know you want to talk about who we're looking at.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. First of all, the reunion is like, I think 6 months after the end of the show.
Correct.
They said that a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the first girls that they sort of like address or start talking about are Brandy C and Christia.
Christia, the name that's unforgettable.
Escapes us all the time.
On the tip of everybody's tongue. Christia.
And these are the two that gave us hashtag boobs.
And we see the hashtag boobs moment.
We do. Yeah.
It's so good. If you don't know the hashtag boobs moment, it is when they say that they think better when they put their boobs together.
Yeah. It's probably true. Probably
Science has
actually works.
proved this.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. So we got all these clips of their best of. They were like
BFFs. Yeah.
Barbie twins, and they're making out and being kind of really dumb blondes together.
Yeah. I think in some of the I think a lot of them just ended up playing characters, but Brandy C has said that she played up this character.
Okay.
The dumb blonde. It's like, if I just talk like this, I get more camera time. And
but
they're doing it.
they're really hamming it up to the extent I'm surprised you haven't brought it up yet. You know who I think they sound like? No, you can't hear their voices, audience, but maybe I can clip some in. If you've never seen the wonderful cartoon Home Movies made by Brendan Small, who's also part of Metalocalypse, there are two characters in Home Movies named Walter and Perry.
Yes. Okay, I see it now.
And these girls have high voices, and they're so overly affectionate and literally gay for each other.
Yeah. They're like talking over each other the whole time.
And Walter and Perry in Home Movies are the same way. It's, oh my God, Walter, I was so scared. I was scared you got hurt. Oh my God, Perry, I was worried about you too. Yeah. Oh my God, I love you so much. I love you too, Perry. Yeah, and that's how they talk.
What's your name? Walter. Walter. Yep. Who's your friend? It's Perry. It's mine. Walter and Perry. Now, I'm just taking a wild guess, but shut up, Perry. Shut up.
They can't even make a sentence because they're both talking over each other the whole time.
They finish each other's sandwiches.
And they ended up being roommates after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which must have been remember we did the Where Are They Now for Brandy C? And it was getting engaged. So that must have.
In Orlando.
Yeah.
Hanging out at Ascension Tattoo in Orlando.
Getting proposed to.
Who could forget?
In the hookah lounge.
Yeah. So Brandy C and Christia, they're brought up more for comic relief than anything.
Yeah. They're up on the stage with, Bret and Ricky. And they made these homemade wedding dresses that are just kind of funny. They almost look like
Romy and Michelle?
Yeah, or 80s. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. They could be like a Billy Idol extras or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of cute, but they're in these funny homemade frilly dresses.
and Bret has nothing to say. It's very much, hey, we brought you up here because you guys are ridiculous. And America has a good time looking at cute blonde women that are kind of silly.
Brett's just kind of chuckling, and that's it.
Yeah.
They just never shut up for a few minutes.
Yeah. So, so far so good.
Yeah.
It's a great reunion.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk? I promised that I would come back to Heather's tattoo.
Oh, yeah. We can touch on that right now. Let's do it.
I know, because I don't know if we're going to have time she's going to come on the show a bit later.
Yes.
And I'll kind of
on right now.
I'll ruin this little moment that why we thought that she got the tattoo covered up. So we were kind of wrong about that story. What we were thinking of is this reunion where she comes out and she has, so it still says Bret on her neck, but she gets sucks put under it.
Yeah. And they show it on camera.
Yeah. And everyone thinks it's like a real tattoo. And then it's not, you know,
It's
she's
not.
like,
It's
I'm
fake.
kidding. It's fake. But so that was the funny joke, you know. But so Bret was still on her neck, right?
Yes.
Not only at this reunion, but then, you know, the Where Are They Now 3 years later that I watched, it was still there. And she, even as like, I think she only got it covered up a few months ago. I kid
like
you
in
not.
2024?
Yes.
A few months ago?
I kid you not. So I guess her, like whoever
Does it say
her,
Trump now?
she won't say what it says.
It's Trump.
But it would not shock me. But yeah, very recently. And the only reason people know is because she there was an Instagram comment that she made on someone else's post that said, oh yeah, I had a tattoo covered up on my neck because my boyfriend didn't like it and he didn't want, you know, another guy's name on my neck.
Well, yeah.
So her new boyfriend got it covered up. But yeah, she had it for a long, long time,
That's
along with
time.
her Rock of Love lower back tattoo.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I've got lots of things to say about Heather that we will get to when we get to Heather. I believe who's coming up here? Is it going to be Rodeo or is it Sam?
I think Rodeo's
Rodeo.
next. Yeah.
And boy, I missed Rodeo.
I know. She's so sweet.
She's too sweet. And really appreciate her. What's wild, they show, you know, as they go through this reunion, they give a little clip reel for each of the girls that they're talking to. And Rodeo, for some reason, they don't get her laugh.
I know.
Of all the things not to capture in a clip reel for Rodeo.
Our favorite thing, and they didn't even do it like when she left the stage or anything.
No.
Like we just didn't get any Rodeo laugh. But that's okay.
If you've missed the Rodeo laugh, I'll go ahead and punch in that Rodeo laugh supercut because you know you wanted to hear it.
Do
again.
it.
Yeah, I've still got that file saved.
It's iconic.
It's so good.
Rodeo, yeah, baby.
She's so fun. Like she really added like a fun element to the show.
Yeah.
I really like her.
She's silly, but at the same time, like her muscles make it even sillier. You know?
Yeah.
She's just this soft, sensitive woman with
That
fucking
is jacked.
peaked biceps, man.
No.
She's been doing curls all season.
Dude. And it's going back through like how really kind of in love with Bret she was. Like she was really into him, and it goes through like, remember she got all emotional about her child, and that's kind of like why she left.
And Ashley, Rodeo makes a proposition to Bret here at the reunion.
Yes.
Yeah. Why don't you walk me through?
Yeah. So Rodeo comes down and sits with Bret, and she's like, I couldn't shake you. I fell for you. I can't quit you. I fell for you. And all Bret says in response to that is, thank you.
Sucks, man. It sucks.
Okay. And then she asks him so she's like, if it doesn't work out with Jess, I would like a second chance.
There you go. That's what we need.
She asked for a second chance.
And there's a non-response.
Yeah. Bret
basically
after she asks, like Bret pays her all these sweet compliments and does this long like little thing about her, little speech about Rodeo and how great she is, but he never directly answers
the request like, hey, it doesn't work out. He's like,
so anyway,
yeah, it's a no from me. Yeah. So anyway,
you're just a lovely woman. And blah 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 blah. Yeah,
I think you're a great person.
Yeah.
Moving on, Ricky. Back to Ricky.
He's diplomatic, if nothing else.
Yeah, but that's Bret, man. He knows how to say nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows how to make his mouth move and absolutely nothing come out.
Yeah, and then you know what else she does?
What'd she do?
She hawks some organic
barbecue sauce.
Just out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, pulls out a bottle of organic barbecue sauce that apparently she is selling.
This will be a pattern because I feel like is there a Charm School there's a Charm School reunion, And in the Charm School reunion,
there
she
is.
hawks products there
That's
as well.
right. I forgot about that.
Now?
Yes.
I believe she's hawking products there.
Yes, she is a businesswoman.
She is fucking there to show out. She's got shit to sell you. Let her tell you about it.
She is that girl from your high school who sells Arbonne now.
Oh, I forgot about Arbonne for a blissful moment.
I actually like some Arbonne stuff.
I don't know what it is. I feel like
sorry,
it's for
guys.
women.
You know what? The MLM girl from high school.
We all know who we're talking
We
about.
know who
You
that
got
is.
those MLM girls. So Rodeo is not answered about about her request, and we move on.
Yes, we do.
We talk with Sam.
It's time for Sam, one of our faves.
Fan fave as well, as we heard from what Kai last week. In the YouTube comments. Yeah, Sam
and then even Ricky mentions that she's a fan favorite.
Yeah, America loves Sam.
Yeah.
Because she's a real person.
Yeah, she's just a sweet, sensitive soul.
Sensitive, lanky soul.
Yeah.
I, as they were going through the clips of her, I couldn't help but just keep looking at how long and skinny her arms are.
I know.
She is just a long woman.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, tall girl.
Yeah. And so she what ends up happening with Sam here?
When she
I'm blanking.
Yeah, when she comes out, it's basically everything that she said on the show about why she's leaving. She was like, I'm, too sensitive for the show. I wouldn't trust you if you were out on the road.
Yep.
I think like a couple of the things that really turned her off as time went on the show, she says were that he was sleeping with Lacey the whole time. And that there was a threesome with the foursome, whatever.
She was obviously very ticked off about that at the time as well.
Yeah. So it's just the same thing with her. She wouldn't be able to trust him. And she's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ashley filled us in. Oh, sorry, babe. Ashley filled us in earlier episode with where Sam is now. And she seems to be doing great.
Yeah.
Being a cool little pagan out on the East Coast.
I know. She's so cute.
So Bret isn't engaging at all. It's really nice to have Ricky Rackman there. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
He just is so much more lively and entertaining as a communicator, and he
is. Bret just says like the diplomatic her hum thing, whatever a bro would say.
What's really nice,
a nice bro.
Yeah. What's really nice also about Ricky is he knows everybody's weird tics and quirks and repetitive things, and he calls them on them during the show. So like Ricky keeps giving Bret shit about going like, oh, did it turn you on? Like we've been doing since the start. Like Bret just can't
made me
stop.
laugh.
It was fucking awesome.
Obviously, like everyone picked up on how everything freaking turns Bret on.
And Ricky at least twice in this episode will be like, Bret, did that turn you on? And he'll say it in such a like shitty way that it's awesome.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, he's been great this episode. I appreciate what he brings to the table.
I know. Do you want some other like random facts that I learned today?
I love your random facts.
Okay, so so one kind of interesting thing that I learned was that both Heather and Lacey had show deals after this.
Really?
So Heather had a development deal for I Heart Heather.
Oh.
And Lacey had a development deal for I Love Lacey.
But?
Okay, so first of all, Heather kind of lost her deal because of her fight with Daisy in, what was it?
Wasn't Charm School, was it?
It was one, yeah. It must have been like, why would there have been a crossover?
Well, no
maybe
it was probably like I Love Money, or it could have been one of those fusion.
It might be season 2 because Heather comes back for like every season.
Yeah,
and there was something crazy. Anyway, they got in a crazy fight in one of the shows.
You're right. It's season 2. You're 100% correct.
And Heather like throws plates and breaks them,
Yeah.
and she said after that happened,
wild.
She no longer had the deal for her show, and Daisy got it instead. Daisy of Love.
Daisy of Love is a perfect show. I should, guys.
We're going to do that one at some point.
At some point.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I should have put that. We can't skip ahead that far, though.
I know.
But there's a poll that's going up on social media all over the place. Vote anywhere you see it. We're asking you guys you folks to tell us, are we going to roast Rock of Love Season 2? Are we going to do Rock of Love Charm School Season 1? Or are we going to do Flavor of Love?
Yes.
That is, so we're putting it out to you.
Make your voices heard.
Yeah, we're putting it out to you, the listener. Ashley, if you were to pick one, which one would you want to do more?
I don't want to sway the listeners.
I do. I want to have influence over some fucking election in my lifetime. I want to sway you, listeners. You know what I want to do?
What?
I want to do Charm School.
You do?
I do.
You do? I kind of want
to... like it's a little bit of a break, but not so much of a break.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad people are voting then, because I want to do Flavor of Love.
Ah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
now
just
you're ready to put your thumb on the scale.
I just want to change things up.
Yeah.
I'm
totally
we've watched
down for
so much freaking Bret Michaels at this point.
I agree. But see, Charm School doesn't have Bret Michaels.
I know, but it's kind of like the same flavor.
It is a bit.
Yeah.
We need a different flavor.
Yes. Of love.
Of a flavor.
Yeah.
Of
whatever
flav.
you guys want. Honestly, like, we are here but to serve.
So make your voices heard. Yes. Get out there and vote. That poll should be going up. It should be up, honestly, on our socials by the time you guys are listening to this.
Yeah.
Who's coming out?
Well, I didn't totally finish my thing about Heather and Lacey.
Jesus.
So why do you think their deals fell apart?
Well, you said Heather because she got in a fight.
Okay, but so why do you think Lacey's deal?
Why did Lacey's deal fall apart? Is it because she targets women of color on every show that she's on?
No. Ryan Jenkins.
Who?
Megan once.
Oh,
the killer.
Yes. The moment when all these shows dried up.
Yes. Yeah, so she said Lacey's
name.
show was in the works. And then everything just died.
Actually, for the listener,
so to speak, after that.
Can I fill in who Ryan Jenkins is?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I think we mentioned this like pilot episode. This era of show for VH1 had a window, and it stopped with Megan Wants a Millionaire.
Abruptly.
And Megan Wants a Millionaire never aired its final 2 or 3 episodes. And the reason for that is that a finalist on that show.
The guy who won.
Did he win? I thought he was a semi-finalist.
No, this came up today in my...
I just got goosebumps. Like...
Yeah. Someone behind... I mean, I don't know. I didn't, but someone behind the scenes said that it may have been Lacey, that he was the winner. Yeah.
Ryan Jenkins evidently wins Megan Wants a Millionaire. And before these episodes air, it is found that Ryan Jenkins murdered a woman, dismembered her.
His wife.
Yeah. Dismembered her.
Which, by the way, like, why is he on...
Yeah.
Wants to marry a millionaire?
Millionaires got problems, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, like, he's married.
Right. Millionaires got problems, man.
Maybe he wasn't. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm
I think it was just a woman.
Okay, it was just a woman.
I think it was just a woman.
Sorry,
I feel like it was
guys.
in Seattle or something.
This research is fallible.
But and then
her name was Jasmine Fiore.
I feel like he pulled out the teeth of this woman that he murdered. And
what,
burned off the fingerprints?
Yes, they could not identify her.
Yes.
They could not identify her.
They got rid of dental records.
Do you know how they identified her body?
How?
The serial numbers on her implants.
Oh my God.
I know. Again, my research is fallible. But this is what the internet told me today.
Yeah, no, this is why VH1 had to go, let's take a deep breath, guys. Let's take a look in the mirror.
Right.
Let's figure out how we let ourselves get to a point where a fucking psycho killer murders somebody and gets to be a finalist on our show with a woman.
So here's allegedly what happened. Whatever the production company was that was working with VH1 for the show, they did a background check for him in the US, but he was actually originally from Canada, and they did not do a background check for him in Canada, and he had a record. So if they had done like a more comprehensive background check, they would have caught it, and he would have never been a part of the show. You know.
But that is what ruined all our fun.
Allegedly. I don't know.
All this is allegedly.
Aren't I supposed to say these things when we're doing podcasts?
You tell me, lawyer.
I don't know. I don't do this area of the law.
But yeah, that hopefully that brings you up to speed on why, we will have a good many shows like, Rock of Love to talk about, but there will be an end.
Yeah.
To the kind of shows that we can talk about.
Yep.
I don't even know if I want to do For the Love of Ray J. I watched it, but it was
I did not watch it.
It was none of the it didn't have what the other shows offered.
That's his song.
Go for it. I know. I'm familiar.
Park my manners.
There were some funny things on For the Love of Ray J. Ray J was pretty fucking funny, to be honest. Hey, we got Lacey and Dallas because of course we need to put them next to each other on a couch.
I know. This is like, besides,
cool.
Brandy C and Christia, nobody's like been with another person on the couch. And I think they just go out of their way to get almost everyone on the couch with Lacey to create a little more drama.
That's a good point. Yeah. They're like, we're kind of hoping somebody swings at Lacey.
Yeah.
Let's start with Dallas.
Yeah. Dallas. Dallas struts down like a freaking rock star.
Because she has grace. She is very mindful. She's very demure.
She's also Bret.
She is Bret.
She is both. She is.
She is
undefinable.
She's doing the apple dance.
Yeah.
She is doing all the shit you want.
Yeah. And, like one of the first questions they ask her is like, why do you dislike animals so much? And she says, I don't dislike animals. I dislike Lacey.
Incredible. I love you so much, Dallas.
It was so good. So good. And then Lacey gets her a shirt that says Dallas loves Michael Vick.
And again, I understand that at that point in time, there was no animal abuser more prominent than Michael Vick. But why do you keep picking on people of color? It's really frustrating. Like
it's a real problem.
She physically attacked Jess, but it doesn't seem like there's an ongoing need to physically attack Jess.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as we'll see in Charm School eventually, as we saw in Rock of Love, she goes after Raven. She goes after Dallas.
Villain character. That
only goes after the black women.
It's a
little rough. Anyway, my 2 cents.
Gross.
It's not a great look. We got Brandy M on stage.
And we kind of missed like Lacey came out too. And like she is the villain. Everyone booed in the audience. And she made like little double horns. And like Ricky said, the number one question people ask about Lacey is, what's the deal with your dad? So everyone else thought Otis was just as weird as we did.
And we got some comments on social media from you guys from our Otis week posts, and we'll go over those at the end. Thank you for those. Yeah, Otis, what the fuck is up with that guy?
Weird guy. And so then like as all the girls are booing her, she makes some comment about, like, at least I didn't do porn. Did you catch that?
Then they cut over to Brandy M.
So, yes.
Because I think she did
Welcome
porn.
back to my research.
Yeah.
I did not watch the videos in question. Okay. Because I only had a few minutes before the show.
What makes you think porn takes more than a few minutes?
Okay, but there were several people in the show that did porn. Brandy M allegedly is one of them.
Okay, let's just, audience, we're going to assume an allegedly after all these.
Brandy C, Destiny, who's not on this season.
That's next season.
And Frenchie, who's also not
Angelique.
on this season. Yes. These are the alleged porn stars.
Angelique, I think, talks about
Angelique
doing
talks
porn.
about it. Yeah, that's true.
Because she's naked and putting, no, she's not the one that, is Destiny the one that, no. Anyway, I can't get ahead of ourselves. You know what I want to talk about?
I think, yeah. Yep.
Brandy,
but I find it kind of funny that like literally two of my favorite characters from this whole. So I really obviously love Brandy M.
Yeah.
I've talked about that a lot. And then Destiny from
Destiny's
season.
Wonderful.
I love her
She's
season.
Sweet.
And they're both two girls that I'm like, I could be friends with those girls.
And they
are the ones that have done porn.
Do porn.
I'm like, go get it, girls.
Listen, they are paid for their time.
I hope so.
Not for their body.
That is my only objection ever. Is like, are they
being trafficked?
Yes. Are they? Hopefully, this was of their own choice, and they are being compensated appropriately, and not some stupid douchebag man who coordinated all of it.
Yeah. No, I do want to give a shout out to Pink for loaning Brandy M her hair for the night. Because that is Pink's hairstyle from that era, 150%.
Yeah, totally.
Now, Ashley, we get punished. I don't know what we've done wrong in this world, but Lacey has a band that is like new metal, like corncore.
I honestly didn't hate the song. So Lacey gets up there with her band and starts singing. I just don't care for Lacey's voice.
Yeah.
But the song was kind of cool.
It was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like just this rock, this kind of hard new metal rock thing.
And then they cut away often to the women in the audience just glaring. And
because it's like
going, ew.
The song's called Shallow and it's supposed to be about the girls or something. It's just Lacey being Lacey.
And so when the song starts, she goes, "Tell me something, girl." It's not that shallow.
It's not that shallow.
It's a different song entirely.
Wrong show, babe.
Hey, turn around. Just want to get another look at you.
Oh my God. That's pretty good.
Is that
actually.
Good?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. You're welcome.
Yeah. So one thing that we missed kind of like when Brandy M was up there is Ricky going off on this like speech about how Bret really was here for love.
Yeah, that happened then, huh?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, stop it.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
I feel like he was coached to say there are going to be some women that try and bring up the reality, which is that I was not here for love. And you need to make sure the audience knows that I am. Otherwise, season 2 will be toast.
Won't happen. Yeah, it's all about making sure season 2 has enough momentum behind it that people really think he's looking for love and that's going to get a bigger audience or whatever. Instead of like maybe just embracing what this is.
Yeah, which is a big cash grab for Bret Michaels.
Yeah. It's just a joke. It's just for fun, you know? But anyway.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think that's why he does that speech is I think
he
production,
was coached to do it.
Everyone was like worried, like, okay, we're going to do a season 2. We need to make sure this seems legit still.
Yeah. And they cut away to Mia. Mia, she doesn't ever come down on the stage, but they talk to Mia because I guess Lacey streaks in the house on a scene that's not shown.
Yeah.
And she's streaking butt naked through the house. And Mia's like, I don't mind, but like when you put your boobs and vagina in my face and you're not keeping it fresh and tight and clean. Something that suggested her grooming could use improvement.
You did throw the word tight in there. I'm just going to...
I mean, that's...
Oops.
I meant like, not like tight.
Yeah.
Not like a physical tightness, but like a vibe tightness.
Yeah, I guess Lacey's...
The vagina vibe was not tight.
Like Lacey's vagina like went into her strawberry daiquiri or something. Into Mia's. And she was like, ugh.
Her 12-inch labia just plopped into her fucking strawberry daiquiri. How does this happen?
I don't know. Yeah. And I think, Mia's like all animated when she's telling the story. And sweet Mia, I think she was really taking this moment to try to show that she has a personality.
Yeah. And she really got Pennsylvania with the accent too. Her accent really came through. Shout out Mia.
I know.
Come on our show, goddammit.
And Mia has a good comeback because Lacey's like throwing jabs at her, and Mia's like, "Well, at least I got to like go home with dignity.
I can talk to my family."
Yeah.
Which is what we said about Mia at the time, is that she has nothing to be ashamed of.
Embarrassing happened for her.
Not much happened to her, but nothing embarrassing happened to her.
So who's coming up next?
Heather.
Do you want a little tidbit about Heather that I learned today?
More tidbits about Heather. We got so much Heather dirt.
I know. So she apparently throughout the show, she and Bret would go smoke doobies together.
What?
Yeah. So she would kind of like, if the things were getting crazy in the house with the girls, she would like kind of give them a look and they would like go outside and smoke a J together.
Heather was Bret's cool cousin at Thanksgiving.
I know. I thought that was really cute.
It's like, you want to go for a walk? Yeah, let's go for a walk.
Yeah. The cousins walk.
Do you think any of the other girls might have wanted to smoke a doob with the...
Apparently not. I think they would have joined.
Yeah, interesting.
It's a different time. This is how the weed community works. If you would like to do it and people are doing it, you simply walk over. And then it's like, and they will share.
A fellow enjoyer.
Exactly.
That's interesting. That again, Heather's up here, and it is undeniable. She's with Lacey right now, but the fucking bromance that Heather and Bret have is out of control.
I know. Especially when it gets to the end of this, and she kind of like gives him a piece of her mind, but then like they start
broing out.
Yeah, totally.
It's as much a romance as it is a bromance.
They probably should have tried a date. I mean, they really get along.
They really do.
They do, yeah. But first, before that, they try to do like this reconciliation between Lacey and Heather. And it kind of works. Like, they both still seem to really like each other.
Yeah.
They both apologize to each other.
They do.
Lacey apologizes for talking shit about Heather to Bret. You remember when Heather was like eavesdropping?
Yeah.
She apologized for that. And then Heather apologizes for, all the things she said in front of Lacey's parents.
Which I would never apologize. That was a beautiful moment.
I know, it really was.
And this weird moment that just happened is like when Lacey and Heather are on the couch together, Bret disappears off stage.
Yeah.
And it's like, why though?
He just like went and took a break.
and I realize now, like after watching it, that it's so that it's not a weird, like, I'm moving from the chair to go sit next to Heather.
Oh,
It is like, I am walking from backstage and now I'm joining Heather on the couch.
Oh, it's all about, like, staging.
Like,
staging
making
stuff.
it a little less awkward of, like, a move. Yeah. It's representing Bret. I don't know. I also suspected that, maybe Bret needed a little orange juice and a little donut.
Yeah, I know.
To help his little blood sugar.
Poor Bret.
Poor Bret
with his diabetes.
His poor pancreas. So they're cutting to the romantic moments between Bret and Heather and the moments in which Bret ultimately destroyed Heather's heart and traumatized her.
Yeah. You can tell she was genuinely hurt by everything that happened. That Ricky's like, are you mad at him? And she's like, I'm not mad at him. He hurt me.
Yep.
That's it. I am hurt. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
It sucked. And then, I had real feelings invested.
You freaking know what Bret says in response to that?
Oh, tell me.
That's a turn on.
That's right. He says that's a turn on.
It's a turn on that you're hurt. Like, what the?
You know what? Ricky, don't give me a hard time, but it's a turn on.
Because it shows that she gives a crap.
Yeah, but
that's what he says.
You don't have to say that that's a turn on, man.
It's diabolical. It's the most narcissistic thing
masochistic
I've ever heard.
Sadistic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you hurt for me? I love that.
I love that's a turn. That actually gets me going. Ew. What a emotionless man.
Yeah, it's pretty.
This woman is crying in front of you and you're just flattered.
Yeah. You're like, hell yeah.
Oh my God.
So hot.
And then he basically tells her I wish that we could just still be friends and then have sex sometimes.
Yeah.
He says that.
She was down to be
I know.
one of two girlfriends.
Oh my God. Can I give you a little more tidbits?
Sure.
Okay. Tidbit about that. According to Jess, Heather never said that she was okay with being one of two girlfriends.
It was edited to look that way?
It was edited to look that way.
Wow.
Yeah. Jess said that on MySpace or on some message board years ago. That she's like, I want to make this clear. Heather never said yes to that.
Wow.
I'm like, ooh, that is some effed up editing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked. That is completely distorting the message of somebody's
that takes me back to what we were talking about that episode, which is I do think that is actually what he wanted.
Is for both of them to be.
And they both said no.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
So it was I don't think it was a test. Remember, because like in the last episode, I'm like,
I know.
well,
I said it was the Bret
was it a
baby.
test?
King Solomon is offering up the Bret baby to be split.
But Heather said yes, and then he still ended up picking Jess. You know,
yeah.
So it didn't make sense, and now it makes sense. It's like,
both of them say fuck no.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But he would have that would have been his preference.
I told you
to have
already.
2 girlfriends.
I had some revelations since our last episode about Heather, which is the empathy that didn't show up in the season finale was ultimately kind of what did her in, right? Mm-hmm. And that she, in the Vegas episode, she didn't show empathy. In the like motocross episode, she just seems to be a person that is like, I don't know, you guys fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, classic Trump voter. You love to see it.
Yeah.
But you don't understand when people are in pain what to do.
Right.
Got it. Yeah. Right. This is all tracking. Anyway.
Yeah. It makes sense.
So now Heather and Bret are on the couch next to each other, just fucking looking like they're madly in love. Like they are talking to each other. That's what we were
talking about earlier. Yeah.
Like you and I like talk to each other.
Like just really easy banter.
Yeah. They're making inside jokes that nobody else gets. And I'm like, hey guys, that's bad television. like we have inside jokes, Ashley and I, and we have to explain them for you because it's otherwise entertainment poison.
Right.
So
Exactly.
But they're like just in their own little world and just go riffing, man.
You should have picked her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jess says it.
Jess says it. And we might as well go ahead and skip to that because she's
Well, before we get to Jess, I'll give you one more little tidbit. I have so many little nuggets tonight.
You did so much.
Okay. So remember how we were laughing?
Glad I didn't take notes.
Remember how we were laughing in the last episode about how Jess and Heather had to share a room in Cabo? And
I don't remember that because I never laugh during this show.
No, not at all.
No, yes, I remember we were laughing because they had to share a room.
Yeah, and it was like, okay, well, that's awkward and that's cruel that they would do that. Okay, so apparently, like the real story is that yes, they shared a room. And, you know, going into Cabo, this is Heather telling all this story on like some online interview. Going into Cabo, her and Jess, like, it's not like they hated each other. They just weren't friends. Like, Heather had hung out more with Lacey. Jess had hung out more with, like, Brandy M and her crew. Yeah. And, you know.
They were on opposite teams.
Yeah. So it's not like they hated each other. They just, like, weren't friends. So anyway, they go to Cabo. They're sharing this room. They start to become friends. Like now that they're kind of forced to just hang out with each other. And she said the first night in Cabo, you know, they got there and the date didn't start, you know, they had dinner and then the dates didn't start till the next day. So that first night, they, Jess and Heather got in a jacuzzi together and like finished a couple bottles of champagne and were like getting along really well and laughing. And apparently Bret's suite was across the way and he saw them through.
And he's like, this is bad TV.
Yeah. That's what Heather said. So it's all like, I don't know how she knows that or it's alleged or whatever. I keep using that word because I'm like.
Yeah. You are couching everything very carefully.
I know. Okay. But yeah. So he's like, this is going to be bad TV. And he tells the producers to do something about it. So then they actually split them into 2 separate rooms. But they never show that on camera. They keep making it seem like they're sharing a room.
They're in the same room.
Yeah. But okay. So then. Because now they've kind of become friends, after the elimination happens, Heather slips a note under Jess's hotel room door because I guess they're still there that night before they fly back to LA the next morning or something. So
this is in the mansion?
No, in Cabo. Oh, in Cabo. Still at the hotel.
Okay.
Right, Bret? Like.
So this is before elimination?
No, after. Because remember, we find out Bret drops Jess off at the hotel. He doesn't even walk her to her room. Remember this? We learn about this. It's coming up in this episode. Yes. Yeah. So Heather and Jess are still at the hotel, staying in their respective rooms.
Okay. Got it.
Are you getting it? Yes, it's after elimination.
Yep.
Heather goes and slips a note under Jess's door and is like, we should talk. And so Jess calls her and is like, yeah, let's have breakfast tomorrow before we leave. And so they go and have breakfast. And they trade notes on Bret.
Interesting.
And I am convinced that whatever they talked about is one of the big reasons that Bret and Jess end up not working out.
Interesting.
Because I think Heather talks about kind of what I was talking about, how like
he already has a... Wait, go ahead.
No, that like he was kind of making her feel like she was going to win.
Right.
And then he ended up betting her and had,
Yeah.
And then he didn't pick her. So Heather felt like lied to, and I don't think Jess knew all the things that he was saying to Heather. And they just were kind of piecing together pieces of the puzzle, I think, about Bret and his character and like why he was there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I can see that, because what ends up being very obvious at the very end of this, and we'll get into Bret and Jess on the couch right now, but at the very end of this, what becomes very obvious is the girls overall would rather hang out with each other.
Yeah.
They really appreciated getting to know each other.
Yeah.
And hang out. And we don't want to go talk to Bret and say hi to him. We want to go say hi to our friends.
Right. Yeah.
Now, Bret and Jess on the couch, when Jess walks out, she ducks a kiss on the lips from him. The body language immediately is off.
Yeah, so sorry, I kind of keep ruining this moment with like my tidbits and my little comments, but
bounce around a little bit.
Like in 2007, when everyone's watching this show, nobody has any idea what has transpired between the finale and this reunion, right? Everyone is assuming that they're dating, that things are going swimmingly.
That the second the show ended, they were dating right away.
Yeah.
Not the case.
But apparently this is the first time they've seen each other since the finale. 6
months later.
Yeah. And Jess comes out making it really clear that they are not together.
It was a mind fuck. Yeah. She was not expecting to win and then not see him for 6 months.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? Like, you didn't even drive me to my hotel room.
Yeah. Well, no, the production drove them to the hotel, but he didn't walk her.
Yes. Yeah. And he claims that was it was going to give away the ending of the show before the show released.
Right.
And so it was a production decision to not have him walk her out, not be seen dating.
Yeah.
Until
like apparently he wasn't even
released.
supposed to ride back to the hotel with her, but he did. So that was kind of his like retort was like, I wasn't even supposed to be riding in the car with you, so I definitely couldn't have walked. But it was really offensive to Jess.
Yeah.
That he didn't walk her to her room.
So she's sitting on the couch with her leg crossed away from him very, very like deliberately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They are distant. They are not affectionate versus Heather and Bret, who are just gazing into each other's eyes, turned facing each other on a couch right next to each other.
Yeah.
And we know that Bret doesn't make eye contact, and he is making eye contact with Heather in that moment, but not Jess.
Yeah.
Jess is like, I don't think this is gonna work.
Yeah. Jess like basically dumps him on national television. Now I have to assume, and I think I did in some of my internet searches saw that like she did tell him over the phone before this, like. So they didn't see each other before the reunion, but he knew going into it that like they wouldn't be dating.
She's not into it anymore.
Yeah. So I guess she either was dating someone the whole time. The internet is divided on this. Mm-hmm. She could have been dating someone the whole time she was on the show, but I think more likely she got home back to Chicago after elimination and met someone and started dating them like almost immediately. Who knows, but I feel like that's more likely.
That's quite possible, yeah.
Like especially if she actually did like hook up with Bret on the show, that would be weird.
Yeah.
To just like, I don't know, do your thing, whatever. But
yeah, but it's an interesting end to a reunion to have this like non-breakup breakup happening.
I remember being confused when it first aired. I was like,
the vibe is weird.
What happened? That's why I did some of this like behind the scenes, like what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. Why was it so icy? And
she seemed downright pissed at him in a way, and I think
and then she goes and gives Heather a hug.
Yeah,
but not Bret. She's not hanging out with Bret. She's not hanging out with the man that she's supposed to be dating.
I think that breakfast with Heather and Cabo after elimination was like everything.
Yeah,
I think she really started to feel like he's not here for the right reasons. What am I even doing?
Yeah, do
I even like this guy? Like. By the way, like we've mentioned this a million times, she's 23 years old.
Yeah.
And I finally did the math on how old Bret was when the show, was filmed. He was 44. Whew. So it's not like unconscionable. It's just like kind of gross.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah. Like twice her age, practically.
If you're unfamiliar with social norms, America, let me go ahead and fill you in. Or not just America, English-speaking worlds that can understand what I'm saying. The social norm is half your age plus 7.
Yes, that is the rule.
So 44, he should have been dating somebody at least 29 years old for those doing the math.
Yeah.
And so if it feels weird, that's why.
Yeah.
Because we are conditioned. Our culture has demonstrated that beyond that rule, that equation, half your age plus 7, it's fucking weird.
Something.
You're weird.
And listen, there are obviously exceptions to the rule. Like I know some couples where one person's a lot older than the other and it's great and it works and I think it can work. But with this dude,
yeah,
it's about gross things, and we all know that.
His whole thing is all gross things.
Allegedly.
Stop! You can't keep doing this to me. That's the end of the reunion. They have some good rolling credits footage of Tiffany being interviewed by Ricky.
Jess says he made the wrong decision. He should have picked Heather.
100%.
Yeah.
And then
and then Bret admits
he made the wrong decision.
That he made the wrong decision. He said he was probably too scared because it was real with Heather.
Okay. I don't believe him. I don't believe that he is expressing himself. I think he's embarrassed.
Yeah.
I think he's embarrassed and he's like, Are you breaking up with me on TV? Well, then in that case, yes. I break up with you.
I get that. Yeah.
It's like when Brandy M showed herself off and said, I don't think it's there. I don't think you're the one for me.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you're not the one for me. And I'm going to be very angry in front of everybody about it. Yeah. Same vibe.
It is. Yeah, there's a bit of that. I don't think he really wanted any of them. No. I think because we found out from Lacey
that he might have his be hooking up with his ex-wife on the side or baby mama.
So never married. Never married. I'll give you a little history there because I'm history girl today. So they never got married, but apparently they were in a long-term relationship, right? I think that's the long-term relationship he was talking about.
Yeah.
Leading up to this show, right? He just ended this relationship. But in reality, okay, was it really over? It was a very on again, off again thing. And he was still kind of dating her, And then fast forward to, you get through Rock of Love 2, 3, and then there's that show.
Life as I Know It?
Yes, that one, Life as I Know It. And that was that was in 2010. That was with his daughters and baby mama.
Okay.
And at the end of that show, he proposes to baby mama.
Oh.
They never go through
with the wedding.
I don't think they either get married and quickly separate or get divorced, or they never went through with the wedding.
Interesting.
So they are now split up, but in a long-term partnership.
Interesting.
Yeah. So they there was some people interview with him last year where he was like, we have something unique. We're never going to get married. It just works for us. They have 2 daughters together, and they're just in this long-term partnership. So anyway.
Well, that's the end of all 3 seasons. If you want to jump to the very end of Rock of Love,
I mean,
that's where he's at.
Yeah, we've already talked about how he's not here to find love.
He's not here to find love, everybody.
Got this ongoing thing with baby mama. Yeah. That's clearly the love of his life.
That's carrying on through all 3 seasons of this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's her name? I looked her up, but anyway.
Christy
Lynn Gibson. That's baby mama.
Christy Lynn Gibson.
Christy Lynn. Doesn't that sound like someone Bret would be into?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? That's a Southern ass name. Yeah. I think we're at the end here. Do you have any other notes here? Yes. Any thoughts? Hey, how about Ashley? How do you feel completing season 1 of Rock of Love? Like overall impression?
I feel great about this podcast.
Well, obviously. Guys,
this is so fun. I have the most fun doing this show. Andy, I love doing the show with you.
It's really fun, huh?
Yeah. So it's it's not even bittersweet to end one season because I know we have a million other shows that we can do, and we can keep doing this as long as we're having fun.
We got lots more material. We got lots more to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a great time even editing this show after I hang out with you.
Yeah.
It's a delight. Mm-hmm. And on that, I do want to shout out some of the social media feedback that we got this week.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Do you want to do that? And then I do have like, where's Jess now and where's Bret now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to say Alicia Nicole Jones. You messaged us on Instagram, I believe, Alicia Nicole Jones. And you said, very clever way of getting people to find your podcast, ! I just listened to a rewatch of ROL season 1, so I'll catch you all on the next show you do. I'm pretty sure this is and so my understanding of this is that I'm pretty sure it's in response to #boobs. That she stumbled upon #boobs, found a reel, found our show, and thank you for recognizing our fucking incredible genius. Also, _beachy cakes _ BEECHY cakes _ commented, her dad creeps me out so much. And we know who that's in reference to.
Screaming at the earring.
And then just.oberg.perna commented, her dad, open mouth emoji. And we all know who it's about.
Yes.
So thank you so much for leaving comments. Please continue to leave us feedback on Spotify, YouTube, social media. I'll give you all those house cleaning notes here after Ashley shares.
It's really fun when we
stuff.
get comments from you guys.
We love it.
We love it. Okay. So I'm looking. I kind of already said what happened with Jess and Bret. They broke up. She broke up with him over the phone. Kind of said that. She was dating some guy in Chicago. I think I already gave some of these tidbits. Okay, so where is Jess now? Jess lives in Maui in Hawaii. She is married to this guy named Peter Kelly. Okay. So she's Jess Kelly now. Okay, so then I had to do kind of a deep dive into Peter Kelly, her husband, because Jess has very little social media presence. Right. Like she's kind of off the map. Yeah, people were saying she doesn't have Facebook or Instagram, but I found both of them. They're just private.
Oh, okay.
Just private accounts. And apparently for Lacey's podcast, she reached out to Jess. Like she was trying to reach out to Jess to be on it. And she couldn't even figure out how to contact her because of the lack of socials. And so she reached out to Jess's husband, Peter Kelly, instead, because he is very active on Facebook. He posts a lot. And he's like, anyway, I'll get there. But he said, she sent him a message and he said, no, she's not interested in being on your podcast. She's left that part of her life behind her. So kind of just like this cold, like
she's done.
She does not want to talk about Rock of Love at all. But okay, so then I start looking into Peter Kelly because he does have an online presence. Who is this man? Right? So there is a Reddit thread where someone from Chicago, because I guess whoever she was dating when during this reunion when her and Jess ended up not being together, that guy from Chicago.
Her and Bret, yeah.
Yeah, her and that guy ended up breaking up. And then she met this Peter Kelly guy in Chicago, and then they got married and moved to Hawaii together. Oh. Okay. So this person on Reddit calls her husband a douchebag extraordinaire.
Yes.
Yes. He is an ex-cop. He was the bouncer, or I guess, I don't know how many there were, but on Jerry Springer.
What?
Which was filmed in Chicago. Yeah.
What?
He's a wannabe actor, so I forget which shows he was on, but it was CBS type shows, Yeah. He's had little bit cop parts on those shows.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I just pulled up an image search.
Yeah.
This is
He is
giving douche chills.
Yes.
I got douche bumps.
According to this person on Reddit, he is a lot older than her. So I guess Jess
the
always
douche bumps don't stop.
I know.
She's got to type. Is that what she said?
Yeah, she got to type. Peter is also a wannabe MMA fighter. And this person on Reddit said he's allegedly roided out all the time.
Boy, oh
and
boy.
that he's a psychopathic creep. That's what this person said. That is their opinion, not mine.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Oh, and here's another thing.
Let me be clear.
And this is...
He allegedly gave me douche bumps.
This is where I have to get real alleged, okay?
Okay. Lawyer hack coming on hard.
Yes, because he was accused of killing an unarmed black man.
Yowza.
Yeah. Now,
when he was a cop, obviously?
Yes.
Yeah.
And according to this person on Reddit, that's why he was let go from the Chicago
force.
I don't know if that's true or not, because when I actually tried to look into the killing and what it was all about, the only things that I saw were like these, it was like some pleadings from a court case where like one side had made a motion for summary judgment and it was the judge's decision. Okay. And so it wasn't like a criminal trial. It was some kind of civil trial with this kid's estate after he passed away. And what Peter Kelly said is that when he ended up pulling his gun on this kid, the kid was holding razor blades in his hand and was like slashing him. And that's why he had to get the gun out and shoot him. Now, of course, like the kid's side says none of that is true, that he didn't have any kinds of weapons. But in this court opinion, it said that Peter Kelly did have like slashes on his face and arms. I suppose anything can be staged too if you really think you're going to be in trouble. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details of this case, and I am not going to take a side, but I just thought that was kind of a really crazy thing that happened to this MAGA dude.
I mean, who would have guessed?
Yeah. And I'm not sure if this is the right Peter Kelly, but they also have like police statistics online.
Okay.
And I, again, like, I don't know if this is him or not, but 46 officer allegations, 36 use of force reports. That's more than 95% of other cops on the force.
I was going to wonder, I'm like, what's the deviation there? What's the standard deviation on those kind of things?
I know. So if it's the same guy,
he's in the 5th percentile there.
He likes to use his MMA skills on the force, or I don't know. I don't. Do you see why I had to put a big alleged before this? These are very serious allegations.
If he is roided out, that behavior kind of lines up a bit.
Yeah, we do not know if they are true or not true, but that's what's that. So that's who Jess is married to now.
Fun.
Yay!
Good for her. Good for you, Jess. Hope you're safe, sweetie.
Yeah. She looks great. Obviously, she still looks beautiful. She has a freaking 6-pack.
Still?
Yeah, still.
Her and Gwen Stefani?
Still. She looks like she goes to CrossFit or something. She's like very like ripped, you know. She definitely got a boob job. Hashtag baby boobie fund. Hashtag boobs. Yeah. Everything on the husband's Facebook page, there's lots of Jess videos if you guys want to go check out what she looks like now.
See what she's doing.
You have to go through her husband's Facebook profile.
Got it.
All of the videos are about training their dog.
Okay.
I know. They're really
riveting.
into training their dog. They also like run an Airbnb. That's another thing that I saw online. So you can go to Maui and
you end up talking to
Jess's
or Peter
Airbnb if you want.
Roll those dice.
I know.
Who will you end up talking to, Jess or Peter?
Are you guys sick of me talking yet? Because I do have like some "Where is Bret now" stuff.
Oh, okay, Bret.
Am I going way too long?
We're coming up on the hour 10 mark.
Oh my gosh, that's a long episode. Okay, I won't do this. You guys can look up Bret Michaels if you want to know where he is now.
Because I've got rodeo laughs to punch in.
Okay.
Maybe some other audio.
I will stop rambling. Sorry.
No.
When I get into something, I get into something.
You really, you got your teeth in that. You were a bulldog on the case, and you did not let go. You know why they called me the bulldog? So I didn't know when to let go.
That's right.
Well,
I got real curious.
Next week we are going to. So after this episode, I will be putting together a best of episode. You can maybe share that with your friends that you think might want to get into this show but don't know where to start. It'll have a lot of long jackets. It'll have some good clips from the show that I'll input. I got a lot of those files saved, and just moments that make Ashley and I laugh. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mock of Love, and leave us comments, send us memes, whatever you want. Thank you to those to Alicia Nicole Jones and _Beachy Cakes _ and just.oberg.perna. We appreciate all those comments this week. It's tough to read. Sorry. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at mol.podcast, Blue Sky at MOL Podcast. Find us on TikTok at Mock of Love Podcast, all spelled out, and YouTube #boobs. We are not on X because Elon Musk is a piece of shit. I hate him. I hate his guts. I'm going to keep it short today.
Thank you.
I have so much more to say, but I'm going to keep it short. All right. Well, I think that's it for our episode. It's been fun. It's been a fun first season. We did it.
We did it.
And we look forward to seeing what you vote for season 2 of Mock of Love. We'll get started on that after the best of episode, no matter how you choose. So from us here at Mock of Love, will you continue to stay in this house and rock our world? Have a great week, everybody.
See you later.
Mock of Love is produced by Andy and Ashley. All views and comments do not necessarily reflect the views of Andy and Ashley, so ease up on us. If you enjoyed this romp through reality shows past, please follow, like, subscribe, and leave us a comment wherever you listen to podcasts.